10 signs that a narcissist has been burned by their victim. Number 1. Narcissists act like they're not bothered by it. This may sound counterintuitive, but narcissists sometimes react to being dumped by a victim by pretending it didn't bother them. This is because narcissists don't want to admit that someone else can have power over them. So they'll do anything to maintain the image of being in control at all times. Narcissists are masters at putting on a good show. And when they're getting burned, they take it in stride. They might even seem unaffected by your words or actions. After all, they've been called out many times before and have learned how to deal with it. You'll never catch them breaking down or crying or begging for forgiveness. Number 2. Narcissists immediately start dating someone new. Narcissists are always on the lookout for new victims. So when an old one gets away from them, they'll typically move on quickly, often within weeks or even days of being rejected. The more time passes before they find a new prey, the more likely their failure will bother them and make them feel powerless, which narcissists would not love to feel. Narcissists can't stand being ignored or rejected by their victims, so they must move on quickly. The new relationship gives them a chance to start fresh and make the other person fall in love with them again. But once that person gets attached, the cycle will repeat itself all over again. Number 3. Narcissists will blame their victims for everything wrong with their lives. Narcissists will often start having some severe problems in their life after breaking up with their victims. But rather than taking responsibility for these problems or trying to fix them on their own, they'll blame their victims for causing them. Narcissists love to play the victim. They are good at making their victims feel like it's their fault. Narcissists have an uncanny ability to convince themselves that they are victims, even when they are the ones causing harm. When someone dumps or rejects them, they'll turn around and say it's because the other person was too needy or too emotionally unstable. They'll say, if you had been nicer to me, I wouldn't have cheated on you. Or if you'd just been more supportive of my business ideas, I wouldn't have had to go behind your back and steal clients from you. And they'll keep repeating these things repeatedly until their victims believe them. Number 4. Narcissists go on defense. Narcissists go on the defense when they're burned by a victim. They can't handle the fact that someone has seen through their facade and is willing to call them out on it. Narcissists get defensive because they feel like they've been attacked. They'll try to convince you that you are wrong or something is your fault. They may even start blaming other people for what happened. Narcissists can't accept responsibility for their actions, so they try to make it seem like everything happening is someone else's fault. They'll make excuses for themselves or try to distract their victims with other things. Narcissists become paranoid and will try to regain control once they feel like their victims start to get out of control. Number 5. Narcissists will project their feelings onto the victim. Narcissists cannot handle being rejected, so they often make up reasons why the other person is doing this to them. A narcissist may tell you that you are manipulating them or playing games when the narcissist does this to you. Narcissists are excellent at projecting their feelings onto others and then blaming them. They do this to avoid taking responsibility for their actions and to make themselves seem like victims of your behavior. They're so self-absorbed that you can't see past themselves and often project their feelings onto the victims. They'll accuse you of doing things you haven't done, or they'll accuse you of being jealous of them when they're the ones who are jealous. They'll also use your history against you, saying, "You've never been able to handle this before." Number 6. Narcissists make up lies and stories about their victims. Narcissists can be very convincing when trying to get something from someone. They will make up lies and stories about their victims to gain sympathy or pity from others. It's a way for them to make themselves feel better about the fact that they're going after someone who doesn't want them. It's also a way for them to justify their behavior by convincing themselves that their victims are awful human beings. You'll know a narcissist has been burned when they start spewing lies about their victims. Narcissists might tell people that they are crazy. They might claim that they are liars, or they might even talk about how much of a bad person they are behind their backs. All these things are just ways to regain control over the situation and their emotions by getting others on their side against their victims. Number 7. Narcissists change their moods quickly. Narcissists are not uncommon to be in a good mood one minute and then upset the next. This is because they cannot make sense of their feelings, so they externalize them and project them onto others. When a narcissist gets burned by a victim, they will likely change their moods quickly, becoming angry and upset. This is because they are not used to being rejected or having the tables turned on them. They are also not used to feeling self-loathing or fear. Narcissists have no internal checks on their emotions, so when someone doesn't respond positively to one of their attempts at manipulation, they will immediately change their mood. Something might be up if you notice that your narcissist is acting differently than they usually do. Number 8. Narcissists will treat the victim like they don't exist. Narcissists are great at making people feel like they don't exist. Narcissists commonly use it to make their victims feel insignificant and worthless. They want to make them feel this way so they can abuse them without guilt or remorse. Narcissists are known for ignoring their victims, which can signify that they feel burned. Narcissists are used to getting attention from everyone around them and then don't get it. It probably hurts. So if you see a narcissist ignoring you or acting like you don't exist, take it that they're probably just upset that you didn't give them the attention they expected. Also, narcissists will ignore any efforts made by the victim to reach out, or they'll do so coldly and detachedly. Number 9. Narcissists will feel helpless and frustrated. The narcissist will feel helpless and frustrated when they get burned by their victims. They will not be able to control their victim how they want to, so it will cause them to feel powerless and confused. Being unable to manipulate someone into doing what they wish to causes narcissists a lot of anxiety, so they will often try to find ways to regain control over their victim. Narcissists are all about power, control, and winning. Narcissists love control. They get off on it and are used to having it in all aspects of their life. That's why when someone finally stands up to them and refuses to play the game, narcissists will feel helpless and frustrated. Narcissists can't stand to lose control because that means they're not in charge anymore. Number 10. Narcissists may even try to get revenge. Narcissists can be very vindictive people when they feel they've been wronged. They are more likely to seek revenge against someone who has hurt them. This can be in the form of insulting them, bullying them, or making them feel bad about themselves. They may even try to turn other people against their victim, so they think they have no support system and are alone. Narcissists are so consumed by their own needs that they often don't realize their behavior is why people don't want to be with them. They may sabotage relationships, withhold affection, or spread rumors about someone who hurt them. When dealing with a narcissist, don't try to play games with them or pull off any sneaky moves. They have more experience in manipulation and deception, so they will make you suffer more. Narcissists will ensure to get back to you about how you've hurt and wronged them. They will do anything to get what they want and to make you feel miserable.